The next piece is entitled The Photo Album, and this was written by Randall Standridge, and he has another piece that we're gonna be doing at the end of this program. And there's some program notes, and I think it makes sense once you listen to what this is about. The idea for the photo album first came to me shortly after I became friends with Robert Sheldon. He's another bigwig composer guy. He and I met at the Midwest Clinic and struck up a quick, easy friendship. During the following year, his partner, Chris Siebens, passed away. An online memorial was set up, which I visited. Scrolling through the photo album, I started to get very angry, very, very angry. In all the pictures, there was Bob, but Robert was almost nowhere to be found. My first reaction was Robert was purposely being cut out of Bob's life. As I continued to look at the pictures, however, I had a moment of revelation. Robert was in every picture, but on the other side of the camera. He had captured some of the happiest moments in their lives together, preserving those ephemeral moments in time. I knew I wanted to express this emotion in a work, but I didn't know quite how. Fast forward a few years, in 2018, I was contacted by a director of bands in Waverly High School in Nebraska. He and the Reiser family wanted to commission a work of Alex Linscott, a student in the band that passed away suddenly. Alex was described to me as joyful, authentic, emotional, and fearless. Once again, the photo album idea reoccurred to me as once someone's gone, photographs are usually the primary artifacts of their lives that people use to remember them. Every time you take someone's picture in those moments, it's like saying, I love you. Old photographs can bring forth many emotions, grief, joy, bitterness, and peace. In the work, I've tried to communicate this complex experience, and I hope that Alex and Bob's sake that I have succeeded. So this one has lots of meaning to anybody that has lost somebody in the past. And these past 2 years have been just horrible for a lot of people. So this is kind of in dedication to all those lives lost throughout this world pandemic. So this is the photo album by Randall Standridge. Don't leave the stage yet. There's Bella. Everyone give Bella a round of applause. I had to give her the music this morning because she had to cover a part for somebody. That's her secondary instrument, so she's playing oboe, which is pretty hard. So she covered that for us, and she just literally ran back from her softball game, and she just got her 100th strikeout at the softball game. Yeah, congratulations. Thank you. So you'll see that there's a lot of students, well, you might not see it, but I do have a lot of students that have been involved in sports in some way, shape, or form right now that are trying to get here for the concert. Just give a big hand raise if you just came from some sort of sporting event practice to get here in time. So these guys just made it. In some cases, they actually forfeited some of their things to get here in time. So I really do truly appreciate it, everybody, for getting here. So give them a round of applause. The third tune that we have here is a piece written by Robert W. Smith, and this one's just a lot of fun. I chose this 2 years, was it 2 years ago? Yeah, 2 years ago when we were supposed to open up the time capsule, and we only had a month or two really of practicing it, so then we had to put it away, and here we are 2 years later, and we're performing this finally. And this one, it's awesome. This composer, Robert W. Smith, has a knack for figuring out how to make instruments sound like things besides instruments. So let's see if you can pick out all the different types of sounds that the composer intended to hear as a listener. So this is Great Locomotive Chase by Robert W. Smith. Okay, now the group in front of you that you see is comprised of wind ensemble and symphonic band. This is one we collaborated with again last night, and this is entitled Time Shift because there's a many time changes in the piece of music, so my arms are not waving the same pattern constantly. They're changing all over the place. So this is hard mentally to really concentrate to not get lost in this piece of music. So I hope you enjoy Time Shift. Okay, now this is for the fun part. The time capsule should have been opened up back in the spring of 2020. And as we all know, the world was hit with something very tragic. So all of our learning was put on hold, social events are put on hold, but now we have finally been able to get to where we need to be. So the time capsule in front of you here was set in the year 2000. Do we have anybody in the audience currently that was either working in the building, attending Mainland, in the band, anything? If you guys stand up, we'd love to see anybody out there. All right. Cool. In the back is Mr. Hodson. He was the band director back then, so we have him to thank for this discovery. I need you to be your... That's our Jumbotron, as much as we can get, okay? So I'm gonna have Charlotte here assist me. Charlotte was one of the people who painted and designed our new one, so we're gonna see that in a second. Yeah. So we're just gonna get a sampling of what's up here. So come on and give us like a nice close-up view here. Is it sideways? Is it good? Okay, great. All right, so I have these lugs here. We have to unseal. I hear cracks going on. I asked Mr. Hodson at the beginning of the school year, I say, do you remember what was in here? He goes, I don't know, maybe some drumsticks or something, I don't know. I was guessing maybe a Britney Spears poster, maybe Hillary Duff, something along those lines. So it's gonna be interesting to see what's inside. So we'll do just a general reveal here tonight, and then come in the next couple days in class, we're actually gonna take a deep dive into here, and we'll make videos and we'll send it out to everybody. So just watch out for the Facebook page, Instagram pages, anything that's the Mainland social media has, we'll have it posted for everyone. Look in here. Dilbert, that's great. Some rubber band balls, a calendar, something is stuck to this rubber band ball, I don't know what it is. French horn ornament, some wonderful CDs by the Mainland High School Band, 1998, 1999, that's great. So we have some audio CDs, we gotta find a CD drive to play them on. More ornaments. Musician's technique book, a cruise for 10 a.m. That's pretty neat, a ticket for that. Spring concerts, Millennium Spring Concert. So we had some guest conductors, Mr. Seals, Mr. Lambkin, David Laird, and Mr. Squarlow, the band director before, Keith Hodson. We have lots of pictures. Oh my gosh, lots of pictures, wonderful. Some newspaper clippings here. Fireworks and celebration. Boris Yeltsin, all right. Somehow, oddly, that's back in the news. Britney Spears, I was right. All right. We have the band, drum line here. Cool. Lots of pictures. Looks like the brass section at USSBA Championships in 1999. More pictures here. And for the oddball thing, we have probably a swindled lunch. Oh, music theory class. Oh, there you go. Mr. Hodson, did you steal this or did the kids steal this? And then there's some other pictures. A cassette tape, we gotta figure out how to play that. a mouthpiece and some braids here. This is all wonderful stuff that we will definitely dive into in the next couple days. So thank you for coming if you were here from the year 2000 in any way, shape, or form. So we appreciate your attendance at tonight's concert. Let's head over to that side of the stage now. Seniors, stand up. Come up on stage, please. Seniors, stand up and come up on stage. So seniors, you're gonna come over here. Seniors are gonna come over here. And as you pass, this is preloaded, by the way. There's a lot of stuff in here. It was really heavy to get over here, actually. This is a much bigger bass drum than that one. So I had seniors place in our time capsule items that were very personal to them, and a little write-up, like favorites, memory from band, and also why they chose that particular item. The rest of the band students in our program were tasked to find something to put in here that is relevant to everyone's lives, whether it was a newspaper clipping or whether it was a game controller for a PlayStation, whatever it was, they were contributing in that way. So we have some personal items here. Your job is to ceremonially, you're going to do a little twist on these lugs over here. I have a key, and we're gonna place it on here. You do a twist, and then just go around and go back to your seat for me, all right? So we're gonna start with Charlotte. Go ahead, twist. Beautiful. Come on, just right after each other. And all these wonderful, yep, you're good. Okay, good. Yeah, and I have all of these other ones. I loosened them to, I loosened them. Okay. And all these wonderful human beings in front of you are honored in the back of our program with their future plans. I was so fortunate to have many of these people for 4 years, if not all of them for 4 years. And it truly shows their dedication to the band program. So can we give the seniors a big round of applause? Okay, April, next one right here. So I don't crack it. All right, so this is going to live in the band for the next 20 years. Hopefully I'm around for that reveal. Take care. All right. The next group that's on stage right now is our wind ensemble. It's the top curricular band here at Mainland. There's 2 pieces that we have for you tonight by themselves. The first one's by Michael Sweeney, Fractures in Time. I believe I tried to play this right when COVID hit. I don't think, will you guys ever try this yet? Or? Yeah, you guys weren't in wind ensemble at the time. So this is new to everybody here. This is a really, really fun piece, and it has the idea of changing time, time bending, and there's no secret to the beginning, so you'll understand what's going on. So just listen for the beginning, it's really cool.
Hi everyone, my name is Dina, and on behalf of all the seniors, we'd like to give Mr. Raheli a gift to thank him for the 4 years that he taught us and was just a great teacher and a great person.
About the music that you're going to hear in a second here. The composer, Brian Balmages, he came to Mainland a couple years ago, right before COVID hit, and we got a chance to work with him. And he's such a top-notch person, wonderful trumpeter, great pianist, and amazing composer. And he wanted to give this little program notes, again, to make sense of what you're about to hear. He uses the quote by Martin Luther King Jr., and it says, "We must accept finite disappointment, but never lose infinite hope." Inspired by the juxtaposition of uncertainty and boundless optimism, Infinite Hope seeks to forge a path of faith, trust, belief, and assurance amidst a world of chaos. And this was originally chosen based upon, like the amount of tragedy through the pandemic, but also now with what's going on over in Eastern Europe. It has a lot of different meanings that one can take on at this point. Says, most of us experience moments that truly test our resolve, either as individuals or as a society. Despite those tests, we can always look inward and outward and refuel on the hopes within ourselves and others. And in that very moment, we find ourselves sharing the magic of infinite hope. Here is Infinite Hope by Brian Balmages. buy some time here. We can kind of do double duty. This piece, entitled Not Alone, is something that is very, very new. It's not even available to the general band director world to purchase at the point. We decided, well, I decided it was something that's needed to be done here at Mainland. It was to join this consortium where a bunch of band directors put some money together and got Randall Standridge to help us through these troubling times. And this piece, Not Alone, tackles a huge monumental idea of mental illness, whether that's anxiety, whether it's just stress, whether it's more serious disorders. And we really took deep roots into this piece and went all in. And what I mean by all in, we worked with the composers through vlogs. We figured out how he was doing it. We saw behind the scenes compositions. We had our school psychologists come in and talk to all of our band classes about mental health, just psychology in general. And she was also such a wonderful woman. She was just named New Jersey, I believe, public educator for school psychologists in the state of New Jersey. So she was like the person in the state of New Jersey to be with our students for these times. As we worked through this, we also got to see Randall Standridge in his prime being, whether it was like on social media posts. It's not just a bunch of dead people that we play their music. It's people that are alive and active on social media. So we saw Randall Standridge trying to do like marching band moves on the March 4th. So like National Marching Band Day. A lot of fun stuff. We saw him bodybuild. He's a huge bodybuilder. He's ripped. Right, Dan? Right? Okay, symphonic band and concert bands, please come up to the stage. I ask that the back fill up first. Please have the back fill up first. And who is better to introduce this piece than the composer himself? So he put together a video for us to listen to. Give me a second as I pull it up. And symphonic band, concert band, please safely and quickly get on stage.
Hello, my name is Randall Standridge, and I'm the composer of the work you are about to hear, Not Alone. Not Alone was created through a consortium of over 300 schools and organizations who came together to support the creation of a piece of art that would further and represent discussions about mental health conditions. In this work, you will hear some dark moments at the beginning, starting with a solo voice with a bittersweet melody, representing an individual living with such conditions. The piece devolves into a moment of profound despair, anger, and fear as the individual reaches their lowest point. However, at the ending, the original melody returns as the individual has received the help they needed and truly realized that they are not alone. We hope this work will provoke discussions about mental health conditions and also perhaps encourage those of you that might be secretly suffering with such conditions to seek the help you need. Please know that you are not alone and that happiness and help is possible. I want to thank all of the organizations who have come together to support this work. And speaking as a person who lives with depression and anxiety myself, I hope that we can tear down the taboos and make discussing mental health normal. Thank you for your time. I hope you enjoy the piece. And as always, peace, love, and music.
So that's Randall Standridge, and I want you to listen for three things. He mentioned quickly that there's three themes that he built this piece upon. The first one is called Shirley's theme, and it's his mother Shirley, and she had some major mental health issues growing up for him. So this was his beginning into the whole world of mental health struggles. And it's a very beautiful melody, and you'll hear it, and it's one of his favorite melodies ever wrote, and it's in honor of his mother. Then you're hearing another one that's, it's the illness theme, he calls it. It's bum, 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 and it gets played with and messed around. So whenever you hear that, that's talking about the illness. And then later on, he has the hope theme. The hope theme is bum, 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 minus my cracking my voices here. But it has a very hopeful and non-period idea to it, meaning like it's not done, which is really neat, that it's continuous work and it's something that we all need to work together and understand. So this is our piece, our final piece together. We're playing in the spring concert. It is entitled Not Alone. I do want to thank everyone here for allowing me to teach your wonderful children and your family member. These are awesome kids. I get a chance to work with the best and the brightest in the school, and I truly mean that from the bottom of my heart. So thank you for letting me work with them every single day and entrusting me with them. Appreciate it. Again, thank you all for coming out tonight. Thank you to Mr. Denneker, Lights and Sounds, with his crew for helping out. Thank you to the administration who's supportive of our band program. And if you're still in need for more music, we have a jazz concert and coming up soon at the end of the month. There's a solo ensemble concert in the band room in the beginning of June. And then we also have graduation. It's a bittersweet moment for all of us. So thank you again for coming out, and please safe travels. Have a great rest of your year. Bye-bye.